everybody, thanks a lot for joining us. This is the week, guys. We've been building up to this for, oh god, I don't know how long. Recorded a good bit of content this week. I don't know how it's all going to fall out in terms of days and times and that kind of stuff. I'm still working on redoing the depth chart with this game week, kind of stimulating that. Recorded some podcast stuff today that'll probably go out over the next 24-48 hours. And I managed to get the SoRare gang back together, me, Hendo and McBride. Cut some content the other day. I still need to edit that and get that out, try and get that out in the next 24-48 for you guys as well. So it's been busy. And then on top of that, guys, guys, we've got so much to go through. We've got the monster, mammoth, giganormous game week that we've got on our hands here, game week 192. We also have new scarcity details. We also, again, I think we spoke about Austria on Monday, but we have another licensed league that goes into the fray, and everything in between. Golden auctions, controversy and Sunrise special edition cards. There's been so much stuff going on, and as well with the notifications that came out today from SoRare about the Sunrise, the editions that are out on auction at the moment. I think they're just about to end. If you read that post again, there's two references to big news coming. Once one of the statements, it says it'll be like in the next couple of weeks, and then right at the end of the post it's like in the next couple of days. So that might be two massive bits of news. Messi's moved to PSG. I think that's been confirmed between streams as well. Thought I'd wear my PSG jumper just to kind of get in the vibe of it, me and my Navas. But yeah, guys, we'll see how long we go for tonight. It's all going to be down to you guys in the live chat in terms of keeping me going, keep me on topic, and giving me tangents to get me off topic and get me talking about other gibberish. So by all means, guys, if you are here, make sure whether you're live, you're dropping in the live chat, or you're watching us after we've been live and you're getting involved in the comment section, make sure you do also smash that like button if you've enjoyed the stream at any point at all. It goes a long way to helping your man out, and why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you? So guys, I don't even know where to start. I really don't. With the game week we're leaving, as you'll know from the stream on Monday, we weren't really doing much game week stuff. I also had a nooble that fucked me over. Really wish I played a T&Cs, which I didn't. We're not getting the .02. Furuhashi got booked and only played 60 minutes or so he's not really rocking out with much. Marcus Jr. got another goal, scored a wee penalty tonight, so he's hit 70 plus for 3 game weeks in a row, which is cool, but nothing else really to speak of, to be quite honest with you. What I haven't actually done yet at all is I've not done my SoRare Data Leagues team, so I'll set that up. I'll come into the live chat and have a wee chat with you guys, see what's all going on, and yeah, we'll get crack-a-lacking. 2 seconds to fire up the new little setup I've got. So guys, I'm so excited. I don't even, like I've already said, I don't even know where to start now. I've been waiting for this game week for so long. I've had so many different options and different strategies of deployment on during my whole SoRare career, my whole SoRare journey. And I don't know if this is going to play sound. I don't think it is. Good. Yeah, good. So I just don't know where to start. I don't know what's the best thing. I'm second guessing myself on it. I've had a few conversations privately with guys about like NYC, because I've got quite a few amount of cards. People just in chat some in and whatever, and I've been kind of talking down a lot of the cards I've got because I'm not playing any of them. And then I'm looking at it and thinking, shit, man, maybe Medina will play, maybe Acevedo will play. Get me here. And I'm really starting to second guess myself. I've spent so much energy, guys, over the last like 72 hours or whatever. I just don't, guys. I'm this close to exploding or deflating at this point. I really am. So yeah, bear with me and we'll get through as much as we can. You guys in the comment section here, nice and early. I seen the shout out for the notification gang. Toby Hope, right early. Well done, my man. Thanks for joining us. First in, Shrew. 1886 AA is in the house, as well as my man Jonathan Roberts. Fist bumps to all of you guys. SoRare Value says he's going to be leaving the stream if we slag the Rangers too much. I'm not really going to do that. I try and avoid old firm chat really, as much as I possibly can. Even at Mikey Baston, Evan as well, good to see you, my man. Fist bumps all round. XMK, boom, the fist bump gang, booty baggies, boom, we're all here. 24-hour stream. It's an ambitious call, XMK. Ambitious. We'll see what happens. Moldy, good evening, my man. Good to see you as well. How can a goalkeeper only get 6 points? I think he kicked the ball off of an opponent, so he lost a clean sheet, error led to goal, and it was like a misplaced pass or something. It was like a trifecta of hate on SO 5 points. Josh Forth is in the house. Boom, good to see you, my man. I am pumped up. As I say, I'm so pumped at this point. I don't know what's going to happen, if I'm going to just implode or explode. Chrissy Quirk is here. And Shrewsbury Wolf, good to see you. Fist bumps to you guys as well. Boom, thanks for joining us. So we'll start with the SoRare Daily League. You don't need to explain why I'm going to start here, so I'm just going to do it. The goalkeepers, guys, I've got 12 teams out in my primary SO5, which is a wee bit of a spoiler for the rest of the stream, right? But we've got 12 teams out. So I do have a lot of choice for goalkeepers. Now, I kind of know already. I think Slowick is probably my favourite for this game week, which coincidentally is probably one of my better lineups. But I'm just going to scan over again. There's a good shout that Horvath might play, so I might actually, drop Horvath into the mix. Does that unlock something for me if I have another goalkeeper? Not too sure. So we'll play by ear. We might be inventing another lineup. I've also had news today on my Twitter feed. I think it was from a DM from McBride or Hendo, one of those guys. Ivo Gerbic has moved to Lille, I think. So that'll be another champion goalkeeper we've got, which is sweet as a nut. Lovely jubbly. Trapp, we've got him playing. We've got Mulan hasn't played yet since his transfer. We've been surprised by that, but PSG, I don't think we've missed out much. Oh, Jesus, guys. Jesus. Right, okay. Sorry. So, in terms of goalkeepers, yeah, I think I am mainly looking at Slowick because he's at home to Yokohama. Now, what I'm also just starting to catch the eye of here is what I love about SoRare data is this opposition average score. And Odysseus is actually mega high. So, I think that's pretty much anyone who plays FC Aruka, Aruka are not going to score a goal. So, Odysseus, we might need to upgrade him. I think I've got him for Challenger. Might swing Horvath into there. Release Odysseus maybe into global. That could happen because I like that average score for the opponent being so high. But I'm going to go with Slowick because I think he's my main guy this game week. He's the goalkeeper I'm really looking at. He's in good form. Yokohama have been the whipping boys of the J League since I've been exposed to it, and I'm happy to run with that on that merit alone. I think Akimi is the very first defender I pick again. I think he's first name on my team sheets really now, which is good because these guys, as you can probably imagine, are going to feature quite prominently for me this game week. Ooh, it's been a long day, guys. Right, okay, so at the back, we've got a lot of options now. What you guys all heard me talk about this before in videos and different content and whatever. Bye, boy, good to see you. XMK, I'm so sorry. Is I feel like I've got lots of defenders and midfielders, but when these game weeks come in, and if you've got a few guys absent, you know, like I don't have Valenzuela, I've got 2 cards for him. Gabriel's unlikely to play, so is Denier. Richards hasn't been loaned out yet. He's still in the Bayern squad, I think. Robbo's out. So, you know, a couple of injuries as much as I feel like, and I think I've got a lot of good cards for these positions because defenders and midfielders generally are the cheapest positions to fill. These game weeks do kind of catch me off guard sometimes. I'm like, oh, I don't actually have that many defenders that I'm hyped about, like, you know, Kikuchi level guys or whatever, you guys that will stomp it out. Kessel's got a tough fixture away at Toronto. They looked really good the second half against NYC, so that's something to bear in mind. Yedlin's not been playing much. I think I might play Van Dijk. I think because I've done it once now, guys, I'm not going to be able to stop. I'm terribly sorry for the yawn. It's been a long ass day, long ass week. But yeah, I think I might just go with the Van Dijk just because I think I'm certain he'll start. And Norwich traditionally is a very good fixture for Liverpool, so I think I'll be popping him in there. In terms of my best 4 midfielders, this will definitely be a headache. I think SoRare is going to feature quite strongly in this, potentially. Barco had good form. LAS, you don't have much of a defence, so I think I'll pick him. I can maybe say the same with Efra with the form he's in. I'm going to pick Wirtz is expected to return late August. I do find that surprising, so I think I've got Wirtz actually in a really big team for me. Stream quality is good. Yeah, good. I was just getting a wee alert there saying blah blah blah, but never mind. That's all good. Right, so I want to check out Works because seeing that on SoRare data is a pause, is a cause to pause for show. So I want to just click into Works and I just want to see exactly what's going on. Van Dijk is a doubt, really. I think it's been playing pre-season and stuff. Hey Quinny, have you seen the new Sunrise Edition cards? They look absolutely gorgeous. I managed to pick up a Carlos Soler, Marcel. Fucking well done to you. I was really close to bidding on the Yunus Musa because I've not got a Yunus Musa yet, and like to get a special edition card of a Yunus Musa would have been nice, but the price I went for, I'm just kind of like, oh, not for me today. But I didn't pick any up. They do look amazing. I think all the special editions, I've not seen one where I thought they look naff. There's no Works listed here, so I'm just going to hit into fixtures. I'm going to need to find an old fixture. Oh no, sorry, bigger pardon, results is what I want to tick into. So I want to do, like you've seen me use on Flash Scores before, so I just want to, I'm just search. Whenever I see John using Flash Scores, he just hits that search button, I'm like, I need to remember to do that. And here we go, I've remembered. So let's see Florian Works. It's probably much better than clicking through the way I normally do. Yeah, Sean is injured. Muscle injury? Oh, that's a bummer. Against Lokomotiv Leipzig. Didn't even know that was a team. It's a new one on me. It's very rare I come across a team like that I've never heard of before. Brendan Aronson could be a shout, but it could be a shout rather than, oh yeah, he needs to go in. Saka is one that I'm toying with also, in terms of how good he could do. He made his debut for Urawa, and his stats, if you dig into them, like they actually looked pretty decent. He only gets 60 minutes, and there was no goal or decisive actions. But if he plays longer, that main striker guy plays as well. Yeah, I think SoRare goes in next. These are the two midfielders I'm definitely the most confident about. But seeing that Works situation is definitely a little godsend for me catching that, which is good. I think Verscharen has to go in because he's like, he got a goal tonight in the cup or whatever they were playing in. Grandsier's in such good form now. His SO5 score in the last match didn't really reflect that, so I don't know if I want to maybe take that kind of gamble. Oh no, Max Phillip. Max Phillip is my next best midfielder. So I fancy him for a decisive for Shilsies, and I think I'll get captain SoRare. And SD11, I always captain my forward. Always remember that. Now the first forward I'm picking, I've been dying to get this guy in the team. Now I need you guys to confirm for me if he's actually fucking registered or not. And that's Memphis Depay. Really want him to play, especially now that Messi is out the building. Messi has left the building. But guys, I'm getting conflicting stories about who's likely to, who they've registered, who they can register, who they're trying to kick out the door, all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking Werner as well. Average score for a striker against Palace is 60. Jesus. Cabral, average against Minnesota is 53. That's good to know. And then yeah, I don't really see much else going on here. I think it has to be Larson just because the fixture does look plumb, and they will be disappointed having went out in the Champions League. So that a big domestic fixture bounce back is kind of on the cards. New manager does need good form to kick in. Odysseus will be my guy on the bench, that goes without saying. I think at this point in defence against a hard choice for who's even going to be on the bench. And let's just go with Tripp. And let me see what you guys are saying. I've seen most people speculate Kanate and Matip first game. The flash score stream lag is back. Oh, I'll kick flash score off then. Sorry man, cheers, good catch, Joshy boy. Nah, probably I've got a little error thing come up again, so you're probably right, Josh. Yeah, there was some overweight, some were overpriced, but others seem to be absolute highway robbery. Havas went for half a coin, All Black 1.6, and Lewandowski for less than 2 ETH. That's not so bad in the grand scheme of things. Depay not registered last I read. He is the first one they want to register when they can. Oh, Mikey boy. I hope your information is good. I've picked him in a team, so I might need to revisit. So I might actually have another goalkeeper coming into play with Horvath, and I might be losing a striker. And if I'm losing Wirtz as well, guys, there will be some surgery going on stream here. I think Legit was going to be my midfielder because I've picked him in one of my better teams. It's good seeing midfielders average 52 against Minnesota recently. That makes me feel a bit better about that selection. And then otherwise, I think we're going to have to pick, let's go with Vela on the bench. And again, I'm happy to leave my SD11 the way it is, because if Depay does DNP, I'm happy for Vela to pick up the pieces. Similar to really anyone else here who could DNP, I don't think my midfield has much of a question. And again, Van Dijk, if he does DNP, I'm happy Trippier will be picking up the pieces. So for my SD11, I'm not going to mess about with that too much. I'm content that that is sufficient to get me the points. Now we've also got round 8 of the Flint Michigan Mega Bowl. The division is almost finished. So 10 players, everyone plays once. Yes, there's only 2 game weeks left. They're both penciled in for the next 2 weekends. So we'll get this wrapped up, and then I will be launching my own private league again, and you guys can participate in that, and we'll build it up and have some fun. So we've got round 7 in for this game week. Who do I have? I'm at home to Love the Leeds, so it's a big game. Love the Leeds is hunting down the top spot. Somehow I'm joint top. But Dazza's tailing away from it. The boy from SoRare Italia is hot on his heels, along with Marcus and Love the Leeds. Jfraz and then the rest of the gang, Jfraz in particular, need the points this week big time. So let's see, who will I be picking? Is Slovic worth the outlay? I don't know how much he is now, Mark, I'm really sorry. But I'd say Yokohama. I know someone's telling me Yokohama just did well on the last game week, but I think also Slovic is on an upward curve form wise. Long shot, if anyone is in chat and selling Bongonda, message will pay you fully. Chrissy Quirk is choking on a Bongonda. Members only private league, yeah, I could do that. Dom's in the house, fist bump, good to see you, my man. So Flint Michigan Mega Bowl, let's go 3-4-3 again. In goals, let's pick Horvath, right? And then if he plays, I'm definitely getting him somewhere. So let's play Horvath. In the back, remember guys, there's a card for the winner on this. I don't want to win it because it's my league kind of thing. I'd feel as if I'd kind of just, I don't know, it would feel a wee bit underhanded, I suppose. I think I'll play Danny Wilson at the back, along with, we'll go Jack Hendry. And is there another Scotsman perhaps we could squeeze in here? I don't think there is. It does concern me as well that these are all worried about, or he's not worried, but he's tell me Van Dijk is unlikely, because I think he is likely. That's just my gut. I've not been as close to, let's pick Mensa. I've not been as close to Liverpool or EPL pre-season or anything like that, like I normally would. So I am all ears on your info and advice. I think we'll go with wee Ephra. Give us a wee bit of stardust in this team. We'll go with Dorsch and Aronson. That sounds fun. And then actually let's drop him and let's put in a Saka. And then my last mid, let's put in somebody fun I seen up here. Where was he? Oh, I've lost him. Who do we have up here? Oh yeah, Paredes. Let's put Kevin there. And then the front three, let's have a bit of fun with this as well. Now then, Quinny, in sunny Scarborough tonight. Robert Turner, this seems like a cryptic message that I don't understand. I'm terribly sorry, my man. Just seeing the camera position I've got here. Sorry, guys, I know it's a wee bit up close and personal with you. So I'm half a face. So apologies for that. Let's fix that around a wee bit. Yeah, okay. So up front in the Flint Michigan Mega Bowl, let's go with Werner. Let's get Werner on the pitch. He can flank us off, and we'll put the mecha through the middle, and then I think we will also throw into this Cherky, Paulinho. Yeah, let's do that. That's a fun front three, isn't it? Werner, Nemeka and Paulinho. That could tear things up if they all played. On the bench, let's just put Matt Turner or something. Yeah. In case Horvath doesn't play and he picks up the pieces. At the back in defence, let's go Kessler. Yeah, let's just pair them up on the bench, why not? Even non-stick, good to see my man. Big boy Hendry. Oh, just a holiday, Rob. Okay, cool. I thought it was some sort of cryptic message. Hope Scarborough's good. If it's sunny, brilliant. It's been pissing it down up in Scotland, especially where I've been for the last couple of days. I think I'll put Zilla Ryan on the bench because Chicago's a good game, and if I'm getting a DNP on my starting 11, then I want my subs to be decent, at least a wee bit of credibility, you know, for me and the channel. And then let's put Cherky on the bench because Angers is a good fixture also. And then captain, let's go Captain Werner. And we'll save that. It's an interesting team. Let's see how well that does us. Magic. So without any further ado, guys, I think we're here. We're at the game week now. Okay, now I'm not going to be going. I've not done it in a while, it must be said, but I'm not going to go through the matches. I'm not going to take you through every game in the world that is going to be available in SO5 action. There is so many. Virtually everything's at play. I think it is only Italy that we have missing at the moment. We've got a bulging challenger region MLS, and it wasn't actually brought to my attention until I was chatting with John earlier. The special weekly has like 60 super rares in it, which is mental. New York have a really good game. If you can pick the New York team, you'll do well. Excuse me. NYC that is. Ligue 1, I think Lyon have got a great fixture as well. And again, I was kind of writing off Lille against Nice. I didn't really want to play David or Sanchez. But again, I was chatting to McBride and Hendo. They were kind of the opposite. They were more thinking Nice away from home are kind of shit. So who knows what happens there. Marseille Bordeaux could be interesting. PSG, you expect them to be on such a high and run over Strasbourg. And Troy have Clermont foot. So that could be interesting. Bunde, Leverkusen have got a good game. It is away from home, but which always makes me nervous. Wolfsburg have got a very good game. In Wolfsburg, actually, I've got two guys in the team. So I'm actually quite excited for that. Frankfurt, we've got Kamada, crap fixture. Munich against Gladbach. Now, the thing with Gladbach, it's the exact same kind of situation as what I was speaking about in the last stream with Lille and Spartak Moscow, where they've lost their coach, and it's not really down to bad form or anything like that, but down to other situations. Mönchengladbach is kind of the same. You know, Marco Rose is left there and went to Dortmund, and that's because, you know, Dortmund wanted him as a manager. They did well last year, Gladbach, and the guy they brought in to replace him, I think, is the Frankfurt manager last year, is it Alan Hutter? So new coach, but similar kind of mould to the old one, so that actually may not be too much of a disruptive influence. Spartak have got a good game on paper, but they've just not been good under the new guy yet. They've looked just the same. It doesn't look like the guy's changed much, but they just haven't been hitting. So we've got a tough game, which makes me not really want to pick them. I don't have much Portuguese guys. Salzburg have got a good fixture. And Austria Vienna, if you've got any players to them, their fixture looks okay as well. But there is hundreds of matches on this week, guys. The Atleti game looks okay. Real Madrid Alaves is a good looking fixture also. Right, okay guys, as you can see on the left here, I've got 3 teams in All-Star. I've got 3 teams in U23, 2 teams in Champion, 1 in Challenger, 2 in America, and 1 in Asia, and I don't have any special weekly. I had a Yannick Van Osch that you'll probably remember, and he sold this week very easily for 0.3, and it wasn't until I realised the you know, the stipulations in the special weekly. I was like, shit, I could actually probably done with keeping him this week, because I won a super rare potentially by having him, so I don't suspect there'll be many teams that will get out. But you always want to sell guys when they have a burgeoning market, and I'm not going to get a much better game week to sell Van Osch into. So hey ho, I'll take the money, and it is what it is. So we'll start at the top, guys. Right now, I have been busting my ass trimming this squad, compiling it, trying to get good ratios and balances of positions and leagues and scarcities and ages and everything, and I'm really excited about this team. Now, the only mild kind of fly in the ointment is legit. Excuse me, guys, I got something stuck in my throat. Excuse me. Is legit because Minnesota are not a walkover team, and they're in good form at the moment. LA are in good form at the moment, but a lot of their like Legit's just came back from Gold Cup. Grancier Cabral been playing every game. Etheridge is back from Gold Cup. I think he'll continue to play. And then they've got guys like Dos Santos coming back. That Ravelson or whatever his name is, he's been doing really good. So, you know, the Legit has a bit of risk to it, but when I bought Legit, he was my D2 midfielder. Acevedo, Medina, my Frankie Amaya have just won. I do have other options knocking about the club, but I think Legit is the bit. You know, the way I look at Legit is the same way I was with the Hassel. If you remember how we were playing with him, is like I bought this guy for this division, so if in doubt, play the guy I bought deliberately for, you know, this utility. And Joseph and Larson, I think, will be a great pairing up front. I'm looking forward to see the game weeks that both of them have. LAFC as I mentioned before, do not have a defence to speak of. Atlanta at home, they've just announced a new coach. I don't think the new coach will have any influence over this match whatsoever. I think they'll let Rob Valentino finish off his little caretaker position with this match, with the preparation he's been doing and the vibes he's been getting with the squad, and let the Pineda guy kind of rock in the aftermath of it and take over from there, kind of thing. So I think Atlanta are still a stable quantity for this game week, but going forward they will not be. So that's all quite good and easy. The next place we go to is the next D2. Right now, this is a team, guys, that is actually causing me some problems, right? Because it's a stud of a team, an absolute stud of a team. I don't have a super rare goalkeeper, but in U23 D2, I don't think that's much of an inhibitor, to be honest with you. Koki's the man. Efra and Barco are hitting big, and Cabral is as good as a U23 forward as you're likely to find. So I'm really happy with that. Now, what does kind of put me off this, or what has kind of tempered my expectations, right, is when the game week first opened, I rushed straight away, like all yous would have probably done, to check the prize pools. And I'm not going to lie, guys, up until earlier today, I had only really looked at two things, and that was what number one got, and I thought I'm looking for uniques in D2, and then D3 I'm looking for super rares. They weren't there, so I just kind of ignored the rest of the podium in the upper positions, and then I went down to the bottom and just seen how far the prizes go back. So I see 18th, we're going back on D2 to under 23, lovely. And at the top, we're getting a tier 1 super rare. Now, when I look at this today, again, a little bit closer, we've got 102 entrants, so about a 20% hit rate or so on a prize is brilliant. But this is a big game week, and the only tier 1 super rare in U23 D2 is for number 1. We're getting tier 2s back to 7th, and then we're going to get 11 places that play tier 3 super rares. I've looked through the pools. It's not even really that exciting, to be honest with you. So I think the ETH is probably the most attractive part of this than anything. So if I do have conundrums and coinkydinks to sort out, it might be this division that gets canned. TBC, let's see what happens. I get more sleep. Dom, I do need more sleep. You're right. Sorry guys, your chat's ran away. I'm just trying to catch back up. Are there SoRare brag links for prizes? I've got no idea. I like brag. I don't think I've done brag, to be honest with you. I did mega. That's the one. I did mega. I've not did brag yet. I fancy Van Dijk to play for what it's worth. Went to both friendlies at Anfield and he looks superb, spraying the ball everywhere. Yes, brilliant, Evan. Love that. Got the boy on 2p machines, burned through 10 quid in no time at all. 2p machines are fun and oddly addictive. They're not too expensive, which, you know, is I suppose a decent silver lining. If you can get a team in that weekly, I have 30 Eredivisie cards and I haven't got a chance of entering. Wow. So I suspect there'll be a lot of teams going out there with 4 card sets, maybe even 3 cards, who knows. XMK is running out with Vellenhurst, Chat Zitikal. Oh, Jesus, I'm normally good with Greek names. Chat Zidiakos. Teze, Matuzawa. Let's go with that. And Musasilla. Don't know any of those guys. That's probably why they're all under 40 average XMK. But if it's a full teammate, then brilliant. Teze is a sneaky one. That's nice. XMK would worry Teze doesn't get on the pitch. I've not played Teze for that reason. Dom wants to see if I'm playing any Bayern players. I'm not playing Cuisance, if you count him. I am playing Sané. I think Nagelsmann really likes Sané, which is good for me. So, as your well man got COVID. Oh, yeah, okay, these are talking about DIPs and stuff. Okay, so under 23 D2. Let's have a look at the prize pool so you can see what I mean, right? So there's only one tier 1 super rare on the chopping block available to be won, right? The tier 1 pool at the very tippy top, you're only getting one spot at it. While you get the top of the pool, you'll probably get upper levels certainly. So maybe a Brahim Diaz, a Martin Odegaard, Valverde, Timber, Rossi. Some of these guys, yeah, are really good. But there's only one winner of one of these cards, Caden Clark. It's quite a small pool actually, isn't it? Really small pool. Maybe that's why there's such a limit on the rewards. Tier 2, but like after the top like little bit, like Tate, Capaldo, Brenner. I guess Showers and Benacer are interesting as well. Danilo, This goalkeeper's okay. Another Cabral, cool. Cade Cowell, cool. Hassel, I'd rather not. Machida, yes, I'd take another one of him. Toy, yes. I suppose the tier 2s are actually quite okay, aren't they? Acevedo, Token, Tedic, Cole Bassett. Yeah, okay, I can live with it, actually, yeah. So tier 2 is an unlikely price. I've been doing quite well with under 23 D2, but I have ran it out. So a tier 2 rare, tier 2 super rare, beg your pardon, could be actually quite a decent one. So I'll maybe reserve that judgment previously I had. But I was looking at the price pools in a bit of detail, and it did make me kind of pause for cause to figure out what I want to do exactly. Which takes me over now to my champion D3. I'm kind of doing these in the order that I've built them in, which is what I see as like the order of importance for this game week. So All Black goes into here. Did I ditch All Black maybe and put? Let me think about that a bit longer. So got All Black. I've got Mensah, Grandsir, Renato Sanchez, and Depay. Now we're thinking Depay is a risk, and if Depay is a risk, these are the guys I've not picked yet. Jovalic, I don't want to play yet. Felix, I'm not. I don't think he's desperate to play. I've picked up a Noah Ohio who is in the Austrian league now. Thank you, SoRare Scotland, for selling that. He put it on the market, just market bought it. But yes, I don't have much more strikers back here that I would want to pull forward and get into action. I'm not got much faith. Chicharito's back. Ueda might play, but so this is tough. So I might need to come back to Depay and sub him out for somebody. Oh, have we got a wee cheeky offer? No. Limited cards are coming on Friday at 11. So tomorrow, guys, limited cards are back with a bang. Or not back with a bang, they're here with a bang. They look good. We've probably seen some of the previews on Twitter and stuff of guys that have managed to find the images and done all that kind of thing. Are you going to be buying any? Are you going for them? I don't think I've quite got the appetite for them at the moment. But they do look cool. I don't really see myself being a D5 player anyway, because they've kind of alluded to it before. Or do you know what, maybe I might do it in the immediate term, because what they did say, if you remember, is like with the progress bar, the new scarcity, you can't do new scarcity and D3 and hit progress bar. So while we don't have progress bar, maybe it is a good idea to try and play both sides of the fence until that restriction comes in. If you didn't pick it up already as well, if this is new information to you, the refer a friend thing is changing. So after the new scarcity comes out, it won't be a free rare anymore. It will be like 10 of the new scarcity, and then over time it will be like a kind of build up system where if you refer 5 friends, you might get a better tier rare, or if you refer like 15 of them, you'll get a super rare or whatever. So they're kind of doing stuff like that. So keep your ears peeled if you still get friends to refer, guys that are waiting for that lower price point potentially. You maybe want them to hit that refer a friend code before tomorrow, before it comes out, and then they're locked in as having a free rare attached to their criteria for getting their free card for joining, basically. So even as I look again at this D3, like as I say, guys, I always like to click that green button, confirm, and think, yeah, that team's got a good shot of winning. But see, now that I look again at this team, like this team is kind of shit. Like I'm asking for a lot, especially the pie is obviously a bit. So I think I'm actually just going to bin this team altogether. I think I'm just going to delete it, and I'll revisit it later on because I don't think that team's going to cut it. So we'll just bin that. U23s, we're going to dive into the D3 here. I think I've got quite a strong team here if memory serves me right. Okay, you guys are in the comments, I'll catch you in a second. Paulinho, okay, so we need ditch Wirtz right away, so that needs to happen. Wirtz needs to go. We'll put Sangar in the midfield potentially, and then just see if we can get a better extra card out from somewhere. So there's Sangar, yeah, okay, let's do that. And then the best U23 player, let's hit used as well, because I might pull something from our division. And do I even want to maybe pull a super rare in here? No, I'm not going to tear that. I'm not going to tear that division down deliberately. I'll only do it if I have to. Joe David's in D4. Dorsch is in Champ Euro. Probably going to need Dorsch over there if I still got Renato. Palaversa. I guess Verscharen could get upgraded. Let me catch up with you guys. fun is buzzing. He's back in Challenger. He's asking if we're in the SoRare Data Challenger Cup. Dom, I think I will get a dream lineup with the limited cards, Kimmich, Louis, Mbappe, etc. It's a nice thought, but I just don't know how much they're going to go for, and it's like it does take funds out. Like I am like a couple of pieces away from like Apex situation, I think, in terms of my squad and the levels I'm kind of operating at. As you can see, like I've got two good, on the face of it, two good D2s out there now, but it's my underlying strength behind that. Once I suck those top super rares up to the top, what I'm left behind with, I think Kessler's brilliant. I think Paulinho plays, to be honest with you. I think I'm going maybe a wee bit contrarian with that. I don't think there'll be any other Paulinho cards, especially super rares, getting deployed this game week, so I'm kind of hoping for that contrarian approach. But I know they're not nailed on picks, you know. I'm fighting them off, guys, I'm sorry, but this no works thing is a problem for me. I'm thinking as well, maybe if I put Renato in here, because I have just binned off where is he? If I did put Renato in here, and then if I maybe drop the Paulinho for a rare striker, who would I have? David, Cherky, Jovlevich, Toy. Nah, nobody that's really worth it. I think I go rare midfielder. I think that's the kind of vibe I'm feeling. That's why I picked Wirtz on 12% and then Sangar on 10.5. I was kind of hoping that would have been two big midfielder cards rocking in with that good scores, you know. Vlasic, guys, what's the script? Do we think he starts? I know he's been coming off the bench and stuff. They're trying to sell him. What do we think? Got Bubba, Brendan Aronson. Oh, I'm close to maybe just binning this as well, by the way. Cuisance. Conundrums are happening, guys. I'm so... I have picked Teze in a U23 D4. I think we are worried about him, aren't we? This is a toughie. Right, let me pull somebody up from D4. So I know I've got like I've got Cherky and I've got David and I've got Dorsch there. Did I maybe throw Dorsch in here? I think I want to take the big multiplier. I think we're going to take David because I think David did do bad in the last match, but 11.5% is tempting for me, so I'm going to pick David, and I'm going to. I was going to captain Sangar because I think he's quite capable of getting like his 50 odds, and then with his base multiplier, then the captaincy, does he then bring in a really credible score, worst case scenario? And then I'm waiting on the super rares and David to, or do I captain the David who's got the peak, gets an 80 or something, and we're laughing. I'm going to go safe and captain the Sangar. Okay, I think I can be content with that, which is then going to force me into under 23 D4. Stefan, good to see you, my man. I got a Park 2 Gu for my Asia D4 victory. Quite a disappointment, unlucky, man. I don't know that guy, but it doesn't sound good if you're not happy with him. It'll be interesting to see the prices, Dom. I totally agree. I've got no idea what they were. What do you reckon the price of a Bongonda will be? I've not got any idea what any prices are going to be, you know. Play Torres in the 23s, City without Foden and KDB? Why am I not aware of that? Okay, I'm quite happy to do that in the D4, certainly, because I think that could be against Spurs as well. Who did I just put up there? Joe Davids? I'll do it. Teze, but if we are worried about Teze, maybe bin him. The guy's in the... I know, it's 10.5%. Played the last game, he's coming back in. I think I'll stick with Teze. I'm not going to mess about with that. I'll go with Ferran. Joshy, thanks a lot for the tip. Is it better to use the best lineup in Champion, Euro or Global? Torges. I'm so glad you asked me that question. Now, the first question, Torges, you've got to ask yourself, right, is how good is your team, right? On a scale of 1 to 10. global. If it's D4 we're talking about, you're against 7,500 people. So how good your team is, you need multipliers. You need to nail your captain. You need to hope shit goes your way. Star rares get paid picked at 12th, which if you're getting 12 in the top 7,500, you deserve a star rare. So well done to you. Champion Euro D4. There's a tenth of the amount of people in it. 776, and we're getting prizes back to 147. The star rares only go back to 2 spots, so it depends how good you think your team is. If you think you're podium dangerous, or if you're just looking at being rewards eligible, you're looking at getting amongst the rewards, I'd probably go for champ, to be honest with you. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? Wait till you see this, guys. If you go to tier 3, division 3, I beg your pardon, I'll show you how many star rares there in a minute, right? But if you look at the star rares in Champion Euro, we've got Neymar, Kimmich, Lukaku, Courtois, and Lewandowski as the top 5. And then you can see there's a bunch of other really good looking guys here. It's a really small pool, in fact, right? Really small pool. But they're all big hitters, aren't they? I think the font is definitely the worst there. Otherwise, I'd be very happy to win any of them as a star rare, which is cool. But then when we look at the global star rare pool, we've got Neymar, we've got Courtois, we've got Lewandowski, that's all brilliant. We've got Davies, cool. We get Kroos, cool. We get Chiesa, Lautaro, all these guys. But then we also have a lot of these other guys. Some of them U23. We've got a Trent. We've got a Delict. We've got a Safanov. We've got Mane. So there's a much wider variety. Some of them you might not be interested in, like a Carlos Gil or a Carlos Acevedo or a Ryoto Marioka or a Cecina. You might not be interested in some of these rural territory guys. But the pool is much bigger, much more diverse. It's got a much better chance of actually playing something out in it. If we look into the D3, so bearing in mind in D4 there's 12 of those star rares, right? If we look at the D3s, it's the same star rare pool you're going into to potentially win it. But if you're winning in the D3 pool, D3 will take precedent over D4 in terms of allocations for top prizes. It's just a matter of fact, it's the way they run it. We've got 1,700 basically, let's call it 1,800 entrants. We're getting star rares back to 26, right? So if you're in Global All-Star, this is one of the metrics that also I looked at the very first instance and thought, fuck, 26 star rares is incredible. And you've just seen the prize pool. It is very appealing. If we look at Champion Euro D3, we have, let's call it 270 entrants. We're getting star rares back to 5th. And, out of those 5 super rare those star rare pools, there's 2 in D4 also, those 7. The pool itself doesn't have much more than 7 cards in it, so you've got a wee bit better of an idea of who you're going to win. At a quick glance there's maybe 14-15 cards here or something like that, so there's only 7 of them going to get paid out this game week, so you've got a much better chance or likelihood of thinking, I'm in line to get a Neymar this week. You've got a real genuine shot at that, or a Lewandowski or a Lukaku or whoever it might be. So Torges, it depends what division you're in. If it's D3, global all the way. If it's D4 and you've got the champion cards and you think you might hit big, I'd probably still go global, to be honest with you. It's out of 7,500 people. Getting the amount of places for star rares is the main. You need to be in the pot to win it, and if you're not going to get top 2, then at least if you finish 23rd, you're still going to be in there with something. Now granted, at 23rd of D3 All-Star, you'll be at the bottom of the star rare pool-ish, give or take, so it's a tough one. I personally am thinking on D3, I'd go champion, and with the cards I've got, I'd probably pick champion just because much more likelihood of guaranteeing the quality of prize. I say Lafont being the worst one, money wise, probably isn't really a bad thing, so he still goes for a lot. Vlasic started against Dynamo, they took him off though. He was pretty meh. Okay, good to know. Vlasic started last week. I thought he'd come off the bench, but both you guys are telling me he went back to the bench. Didn't do anything special, fair enough. Leverkusen will be interesting this season. Change of coach and is more direct. I hold 3 Palacioses. Really rate him as a player, but will games now pass him by. I really like Palacios also. Now, I don't actually know much about the manager. I know he came in and he got some games last season, and I actually found his press conferences and stuff like actually quite. The Leverkusen Twitter account's really good, and I think maybe their YouTube account as well. It's mainly in German, so you're just kind of getting vibes and feels if you listen to it. Maybe some subtitles, I forget. But Palacios is really good. I actually fancy the best Leverkusen midfield 3 this season to be Palacios, Amiri and Wirtz. That's the 3 I think he plays. Wirtz, as we've just discovered, isn't going to be playing, so it'll probably be Demerby, maybe Aranguiz that comes in. I don't know who's been playing pre-season. I don't know who's fit and available. I know Wirtz went to the Olympics. Obviously, Germany didn't win it or get to the final, so he's probably been back in town for a bit. But I think that's the best for these. Palacios is the CDM, destroyer guy, get the ball off the back and play it forward. Amiri's a kind of creator guy, box to box, and Wirtz kind of does the same job, but Wirtz is very much more attacking. So that's what I think we'll get. But I'd be really surprised if T&Cs starts. New gaffer plays the guy he brought out right back. Okay. XNK. Right, okay, so we're dropping T&Cs as well now. I think I binned that team off anyway, guys. We're doing a lot of surgery tonight, so we'll see how long we go. I think the D3, I just sorted that out, didn't I? I've got T&Cs in the D4, so I'm going to try and drop the T&Cs then. 0. So I don't know if I want to follow that chain that you'll play this week or not. And this game week, I beg your pardon. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think I've got many more options. Ominami at home to Kawasaki. I'd rather avoid that. I think, yeah, I'm going to go Mackenzie in here. It's pretty much my only option. So that's fine. I actually quite like that team. Aesthetically, you know, it's a good mix. Different cards I've got, different profiles, different periods of time I've held them, that kind of thing. Lewis West, I'm on SoRare with a very low budget, so don't want to waste much money. Cool. Do you reckon it's better to buy the limited when I feel like I'm getting a nice deal, or wait to see the rewards if they're lucrative? Lewis, the rewards the limited are only going to be lucrative if people buy limited cards, because that's the only thing you can win with them. You know, they're very homogenous in that sense. You know, they're only for a self-contained part of the game almost. They did say on rare occasions they will allow a max of 1 into the special weekly, which is something to bear in mind also, maybe for a goalkeeper or two, maybe just toss them in there, wait for those weeks to come up. But if your primary agenda is like lucrative profit, that kind of stuff, then you're asking me to predict the future, and it's a hard thing to do. I would say, you know, your gut's your best pal. Whatever you think the right thing to do is, and what feels right in your bones, and you'll know that feeling. If you've not had it, you'll know it when it comes. That's the right thing to do. I know that's not a great answer for you, I'm really sorry. A lot of those Global All-Star D4 players will just look to be hitting the threshold at this point. Yeah, so 7.5k isn't 7,500 SoRare value, you're totally spot on. Of course, they're not going to be all competitive, but it's, you know, they're still probably out of those 7,500, I don't know, let's say, 2,000 common goalkeepers, and then maybe like 3,000 rare goalkeepers. So even at that, if there was like, and then maybe 2,000 that are going goalkeeper list or just trying to pick up threshold, might even be totally different to that, but even if it's still very competitive. But I take your point, it's not quite as competitive as at a glance you might be led to believe. Just put out a first information tweet on Bundesliga on SoRare Buzz Twitter account. Probably nothing you don't know yet, just a heads up. Brilliant, Dom, thank you very much. I've missed the SoRare Buzz stuff recently. Next thread will be posted in a few minutes. Magic Dom, I'll catch that when I'm off the stream. That Ferran Torres was a pickup. It definitely was, mate. It was one of my, you know, Mark, I don't know if you've been on this boat since the Football Index days or whatever, but when I first came on to SoRare, like, there was the thing with Football Index that always frustrated me is, like, my football knowledge didn't always pay off, because like none of my guys get newspaper articles written about them, especially that they never got 5 of them written 5 minutes before midnight, stuff like that. And like guys that I would spot, they would get into the team and break out, and their PB scores would increase and whatever. They just never ever flew on that market, and that always frustrated me, and I didn't really ever do as well on that platform as I feel like my like successful picks should have allowed for. So when I come onto this, I was like, right, who that I really want to buy on Football Index, who is shit on Football Index, and I got Ferran Torres, I got Gabriel, he never had any FI shares at that point, and then I got Depay against like myself, so I was like, I just know Depay is amazing on Opta scoring, so I'm just going to buy him, and I've kind of fallen in love with Depay ever since. But yeah, the Ferran Torres was just one of those ones, like I wanted him, so I thought he was a big star in the making. It was before the City transfer, and he was shit on FI, and he was good on this. He still is good on this. Excuse me. So Champion Euro. Right, let's look at my D3, right? So I think we've released the Renato now. So this is what I'm rocking with now. Bundesliga, Dom, talk to me, right? So I've got Wolfsburg at home to Bochum. I think the Mecha starts on the left, and I think Max Philip is going to start as a number 10. You know, Wolfsburg, if they win 2 or 3-0, I think I'm going to be in amongst it. Captain SoRare, I think if any of you know anything about Carlos SoRare in SO5, that's quite a safe pick, to be honest with you. And then, no, it's not Oblier, it's not Triplac, it's Navas and Trippier this week, so I've put Oblak over into Global All-Star. So I'm quite happy with that. I think Navas should start, but again, feel free to tell me, guys, if I'm missing something. Donnarumma wasn't in the squad, and like, I'm pretty sure I missed a statement in the last week, but something came out and it was like, I think they've kind of said to Navas he's kind of going to still be number one. I think I heard somebody say something like that, or half read something that I meant to go back to and dig in deeper. So if you know anything about that, what I think I've heard or read, then feel free to confirm or refute that for me. But this is probably the first team I've looked at tonight, guys, outside of my D2s, but I look at this and I think, yeah, this could win. Especially with the differential kind of potential I've got of the Max Phillip. I don't think there's going to be many of him rocking about in Champ Euro D3. Same with the Nameca. If you've got a Nameca Super Rare and you fancy him this game week, I think most people will be putting him in to under 23s, which, you know, I can get behind and understand. But for me, I think, you know, a Super Rare forward and champion who's going to score a goal is worth having. So I don't think outside in the Nameca, you know, Depay might not even be registered. Felix and Sorloth, I'm not even going to waste my breath. Same with Diatta and Wea. The other guys I've used are in the D4, I think. With Werner and Sané, and then I've got a guy, I've got Joe David in U23s, and I think that's it. So I don't have much striker options, and I'm happy to do that. And the thing with the Nameca is he's taken this lovely journey with me where I've picked him up as a Man City guy on loan at Anderlecht to get in early on a City card potentially. He's done well at Anderlecht, he's won me some stuff. I've rejected offers for him. He's moved to Wolfsburg, and now he's a champion Euro SR. So I think I'm going to, you know, carry him on that journey and put him in to that division. And that's probably the first one we've looked at tonight. And I've still felt, after the fact, after me doing it, thinking, yeah, I'm hyped about that. In D4, I'm going with Nubel again. I think hopefully he plays. I'm maybe a wee bit worried now that he might not after that shocker midweek. But I think he plays. Van Dijk, I'm sure he plays. Dorsch played 90 minutes 4 days ago, so he plays. And then Werner and Sané, I think both play also. And I've went with Werner as captain because I think he's quite likely to get assists, if not goals as well. So I think he's just the more decisive, dangerous player. So I actually really like that. It's a very German team, except for Van Dijk, they are all German. So Dom, you should be buzzing. And hopefully this team does pretty well. And yeah, I'm excited for it. So I don't think I'm not going to alter that at all. I'm actually quite chuffed with that team. And even now looking at it, I don't have, again, both my Champ Euro teams, I'm looking at them both thinking, yeah, they are dangerous. They are solid. Now, this is a little conundrum that came on to me. So I'm just going to make sure I catch up with you guys. Sorry. Sounds good, says Dom. Good. Promoted teams are hard to predict, but Bochum like haven't been in the top flight in like 8 years, 7 years, something like that. So I don't think, you know, some promoted teams are like just out of the top division for a season or two and they kind of come back well equipped, whereas Bochum, as I say, they've not been in the top flight for a good while now, so I would expect them to be a very much a second tier team trying to upgrade into top tier, you know. Don't know about Trippier and Navas, XMK. So Trippier, I know, is back in town, he's back training and stuff like that, and I think, you know, I don't know, Trippier is a tough one because the transfer stuff has kind of went away a little bit, which I'm really happy about. Like, I've got him listed for sale in case Man United do come and buy him and somebody wants to pay Man United money for him. But I'd really rather he just stayed at Atleti and just stayed being my little Kieran Trippier, you know, that I got for 20 quid or whatever. But Saka, guys, like I told you, I think he's got a really good fixture. I think he's got the, you know, Saga and Tosu are really got a bad away form and Urawa Reds have got really strong home form. So I really like that. But it is a gamble that he plays again, you know, I think he does, but it is a gamble, and I don't think he wouldn't get into a team anywhere otherwise, because away to John Book is just a death fixture. And you know, so I've managed to squeeze out a little Asia D3 team. We'll see what happens, I'm not holding my breath on it. So I've got those super rares in the background also, should I want to call upon them. Oh guys, I've spent so much energy this week. So Challenger D4, guys, if I want to drop the Odysseus, I could bring in the Horvath, which is a gamble. And the only reason I would do that potentially let's mock this up, right? So let's say I put the Horvath in here. Let's say we think he plays at home at Bournemouth and he did really well in the cup game, he gets this match, whatever, right? So we're rocking about him and Bemba, Vlasic, who was meh, according to you guys, Brendan Aronson and Captain Jordan. I'm actually quite happy with that team, the way it looks. And the Odysseus, if we flip him in... Oh, okay guys, let's see, let me work this out with you, right? So if we flip the Odysseus into this global all-star that we've just been over Oblak, right? So we've now freed up the Oblak. Let's say we play the Odysseus in here. Mensa, I did have Mensa here already, and Mensa's been, you know, look, you can probably, when he scored 100, I didn't play him. I then played him twice, and he got these guys. And then the 93 score, I think I had him in a shit team, and he didn't do much. So he is in great form. Chicago are a team that a defender like this can do well in. I'm kind of talking myself back into playing him, I think. And yeah, I'm going to pick him again. So Mensa's going to go into this as well. In midfield, so I had Renato. You know, Kamada, like, I don't mind him being against Dortmund because I just really need Kamada to get a goal or something, and that is entirely possible. But it's such a tough fixture, opening game of the season. I could see it being a KJ affair, maybe nothing happens. So I'm not really in a rush to play Kamada this game week. I think Grandsir has to go into a top end team for me because he does do so much. But he gives the ball away a lot because he has playing crosses and speculative through balls, that kind of thing, which has hurt. It does hurt his score if he doesn't get decisive. It can, and it has anyway. Up front, we cannot be playing Depay anymore. I have not deleted enough yet to pull in our striker in here. From elsewhere. Do I maybe pull in my rare Jordan Larson? I think I might, by the way. I think I might pull in my rare Jordan. Oh, I've got... No, Paulino's going to stay there, isn't he? I think I maybe pull in... Or did I maybe pull in Werner? Who else did I have over there? Sane? Oh, I could pull in Sane. Did I pull in Sane and... Oh, I need another super rare. This is a conundrum, guys. This is a conundrum. Usami, nah. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull in Jordan Larson because I know what I'm getting with him. And then a super rare. I think, you know, I'd actually be okay with putting Renato back into this now, I think. If it is Renato, I've got a spare. Darwin isn't in the squad at the moment, so I'm not looking at him. When you're in global as well on the website, it does get a wee bit glitchy. So I've got so many, everyone's available, you know, so it's... Or did I maybe even bring a Saka in? No, I've got Renato. I think I'll play Renato. And I'm a wee bit happier with that, I think. Who else did I have? I've basically upgraded the goalkeeper. And I think I've upgraded my striker. Oh, I've not upgraded my striker, but I've got a credible striker back in. We'll go with Captain Jordan. It's kind of the same team. I've got a wee bit more faith that Odysseus will score high. All Black is away, which is, you know, I'm just so home biased. Like, if I can have everyone playing at home, I'd be much happier. And then what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to be putting my Noah Ohio that I've just bought into this to fill this out. Falcao won't be playing. Badgie's not guaranteed minutes. No, Ohio's not really guaranteed minutes either, but even if he comes off the bench and bags a goal, job done. And I think I'm going to captain Brendan just because, you know, Salzburg could run the show, and if they do, he's likely to have a decisive or two. So yeah, okay, I can do that. Yeah, okay. Right, so America D3. I've got Medina in here now. Medina, I'm captaining Sean Johnson again, right? Because why not? Kemar Lawrence, I think, is the best defender I've got kind of left. I don't have many defenders. Ibiaga, I could play, might be in line to make his debut, but against Atlanta, like, that's a bit of a gamble. Whereas Lamar can get an assist or something like that. He can get some crosses in and score some points. Wanyama, I expect him to get a high 40, 50 score, something like that. And Medina just has a good game, and he is like one of the better. He's one of the best players at the moment at NYC in terms of actual output. And over the last couple of games, his minutes have been managed, so he plays at home quite frequently. So it's really because I'm tied up for super rares. I think if I'm going to be picking between Acevedo, Medina, or Amaya, or some of these other guys that you see on screen, I think Medina is the best pick, which is the only reason he kind of goes in here. And it's the reason I've not really surrounded the rest of this D3 with a bit more power. I'm happy to be a bit more speculative. Go with the Mason Toy with the Wanyama as well. And then I'm captaining the Sean Johnson just for shits and gigs to see if it actually pays off. Let's look at the prize pool for Champion America, because I think it's actually quite tasty. So we're getting Star Rares back to 10th, which for a region is lovely. And we're getting Tier 2s back to 44th. 500 entrants, so about 10% for a card, which is decent. And Champion America D4, I think I've kind of got a bits and pieces team. You know, Russell may or may not play. Jovlevich, I don't really know what the script is, but Russell, why he's just not featured. I don't know if they've been resting him, or I don't really know. There's not been any injury chat that I've heard, certainly. And they are zeros rather than DNPs, which makes me think he's been on the bench and they've deliberately just went, nah, Johnny, take the night off, son. So after they've played that Leagues Matches game, maybe he comes back into the 4, so I think we'll maybe keep him about. Gadi Kinda's been getting all the minutes, and I love a wee bit of Kinda, so I think we'll keep him as well. I've not played Danny Wilson yet, have I? Oh, wait. Oh, by the way, Danny Wilson. Yeah, I think that's what we do. I'm going to play Danny Wilson in that D3. We'll put Kemar Lawrence down here in this D4. I'm going with Matt Turner, who is my man. Matt Turner is my man, right? But he is away to New York. Away to Toronto, I beg your pardon. So, not that enthused about him. And Paredes, like, I just haven't got him in enough teams. And I'm just going to captain the kid because I'm not going to say I believe in him as such, but I have believed in him. And I think he's starting to come good, and I'm not really making full use of him. Oh, that's why I wasn't playing Wilson, because he was, like, questionable, wasn't he? Let's just go with Robinson in here anyway. That could be fatal, by the way. I could have just fucked him. What am I doing? Switch them back around, Quinny. Don't do something stupid that you might regret, because I'm now just messing with fate. Yeah, so let's put Miles back here where I had him, and we'll get Kemar back in where we had him. Yeah, let's just do that. There's no point tempting fate with a stupid swap of defenders for no reason. You know, just to give me something to regret later on. Why did I do that? Just keep it the same. Now I might regret, why didn't I do that? And I can live with that a bit easier. So we did Champion Asia, we did Champion America D4 and 3, we did Challenger, we did Champion. Have we did under 23 D4? I think we have. And so it's just a Global All-Star. Now guys, hate me or not, right? But see with Global All-Star D4, I've just tried to put a Mad Bully team out. You know, so I went with oh, do you know, actually we've still got Oblak to play, so I might even be able to drop the trap, because I think he's just liable to get pumped this week. But I'm going with Vela, I'm going with Zella Ryan, I'm going with Pozuelo, I'm going with big boy Jackie Hendry at the back. Who is the goalkeeper? I've got 3 now. Is it Oblak? I put Oblak in D4 and just try and power to the top. Guys, I'm sorry, but I'm doing it. I'm putting in a Billy Boy team into D4. If I pip you, I'm really sorry, but I'm just, why not? You know, it's game weeks like this where I'm like, I just want to throw in a big fucking team that should scalp a division. And again, I look at this team, guys, and I think this team could fucking win, by the way. Zella Ryan's got a great fixture, Pozuelo's coming into form, Vela, like, is always doing okay, even if he's not scoring. Between, you know, high 40s and low 50s for a guy that's not scoring a goal, it's a good score for a forward, but if he does hit, of course, is when he's got the peaks. So, looks like I'm playing Oblak in D4. So I'm really strengthening up my D4 to make my Challenger a bit weaker, but the Challenger's made weaker anyway because I've pulled the Larson out of there. So yeah, as I say all that out loud, that all makes a good bit of sense to me. I think I've left you guys in the chat for a wee bit long, so I'll grab yous over. Marcus Jr. is looking very good, picking up from where he left, from where Onyu, yeah, he is. I actually never really thought about the correlation between Onyu leaving and Marcus Junior's form taken, but you've actually nailed it. There is a correlation there. Does anyone know if Renan Lodi will start for Atleti? Do you know, since they signed Renan Lodi, I expected them to be number one, and I know it's been kind of rotational, that position. Like Carrasco's played, they've not really played four at the back always as well. But Renan Lodi, I think by all accounts, is expected to be the Atleti left back since they signed him. How do you recommend to start SoRare? Leo, I've got a playlist called I've got a playlist called New to SoRare Start here. They'll teach you all the basic stuff if that's what your question is. And if your question is like getting your first couple of cards, I've got a video called Your First 10 Cards. I've got a lot of content, how to build your club, strategies and all that kind of stuff. So if you check out the channel, like, you know, obviously getting stuck in with a live chat as well, you know, but if there's a specific thing, like, oh, how did, you know, what's the best way to go about this, or what kind of priority should I be making, there's tons of videos that should help you out with that. But by all means, feel free to get a wee bit more specific, Leo, in terms of how do you start SoRare, and I'll help you out with that on stream then out as best I can. Last season used to come off the bench quite a bit. We're talking about Lodi, okay. Yeah, but I was thinking maybe he would get more minutes this season after taking over from Alexandro in Brazil. I didn't know that in the Copa America. I think I'm going to be sick. Chrissy Quirk, why is that? Oh, because of the D4 team. That global D4 is ridiculous. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. If Usain can keep a clean sheet, there's no reason Henry doesn't hit 60 plus. How do you recommend? Oh, you've removed your message, Leo. Sorry. If Usain can keep a clean sheet, it could well be against Serene. Brilliant. Good stuff. So he's backed my global T4 team. It's the one he's the most excited about. I do feel all those teams, after having another swoop over them, I think I'll do it once more. Because we've been on the stream for a good little bit, and all I've been doing is chatting teams. A super rare Hendry owner. I hope you're right. Toby Hope. So this is the team, guys. These are my all-star, my global all-star D2 super rares that we're rocking about with. So we're going big on Jordan, we're going big on Joseph, that firepower. I'm still a wee bit on the fence with the legit, but like I said, if you went here at the beginning of the stream, if you buy a guy for a division and just stuck for choice, you don't know what to do, pick the guy you bought for the division, which is what I'm doing. Hakimi and Slovic, I think I've got great fixtures, and I expect my defence. I expect my defence and my forwards to really pull me through. I'm just really hoping legit gets as close to 90 minutes as possible, and I think this team is going to be flying up to the top of the leaderboard now. All-Star D2 is the most exciting division for me by a long way. A star super rare for winning it, which is a great prize, and 1.2 ETH. So if I can win that division, I will be fucking made. But we get tier 1 super rares back to 4th, which is great. Tier 2 is back to 18th, and tier 3 is back to 44. So this is a division that I've been building towards. I've been waiting for the dynamic reward structure to kick in and show us exactly what's going on here. And I think this is a game week that I'm lined up to hopefully capitalise on it. You know, Slovic, Hakimi, Joseph and Jordan, they've got great fixtures. I say legit. Maybe just catching him a wee bit too soon from Gold Cup. Who knows? Let's hope not. SoRare bot, what happened? Chrissy Quirk. Just really talking about what league competition should be targeting as my first set of cards to buy. Cards you know, Leo, is always the ones. So, yeah, okay, I'm happy with this now. Let me go back, Leo, sorry. So, Leo, let's say you join SoRare, right? You jump up to this research bar and you try and think, right, who are the sneaky little guys that I love on FIFA? Or who's the guy I used to buy on Football Manager? Or who's the guy that I read this article about, whatever? Just think of the name. I'm going to say the first name that came into my head, right? So let's say Talis Magno, right? He's in New York City. Let's just say you're thinking about a wee Brazilian wonder kid somewhere and you're like, oh yeah, him. Oh, brilliant, he's got a card, this guy doesn't, right? You hit that follow button, right? You build up a little list of guys that you like, you know who they are, you know how they play. There's somebody you have some sort of attachment, affiliation to. It's always the best starting point. And then when you go to manager sales, over on the left here, see the second top tab, Leo? It's favourites. You hit only favourites, and then all you'll see is your favourite players that you've followed, as I just showed you. And that will help you very easily like navigate the market and try and, you know, you'll quickly see, oh, do you know what? All the cards I kind of know and like and can afford are of this profile. Then your decision is kind of made, you know. You will need to research and learn new players, new leagues, new teams, but you want to give yourself as small or as short a learning curve as possible. So using existing football knowledge you've got coming into the game to give you your foundation is probably the best place to start, in my opinion. Martin Regan, when do you think you'll move up to D120? What is it you need up there? Is it 3 uniques? Been a long time, man. Like, who was I talking to? It was earlier today. I think it was Hybe. I think me and John were slagging Hybe, calling him a whale. And or maybe Mark was talking to D1 or something. And you never walk alone. And that's why I was like, 3 uniques, man. I'm really interested in getting 1 unique that I can play in Global All-Star D2. But I can't imagine having 3 uniques, like, especially without being able to win them and All-Star D2, you know, so it's hard to say, mate. Bite the bullet. You got the bong, Chris. I'm totally lost at what's going on now. 11 hours to go, guys. The game week is ticking in. It's going to be so exciting this game week. D4, you've just seen the D4, it made you all sick already, but that's fine. Velop as well, still Ryan Hendry. I guess we're putting all black in. Under 23s, and again, I'm really excited about the team more than the prize, but Barco Efra. I was just thinking I'd have another MLS goalkeeper. Maybe even just upgrade them to. Nah. Let's just keep them where they are. So we've got Barco and Efra, the midfield duo that I picked both up ages ago for dirt cheap. Cabral I got dirt cheap. Koki Machida I had to pay through the nose for, and that's worked out quite well because he's been a baller at under 23s. And Van der Voort is a token, you know, legend card of the club. So again, I'm really happy with that team. Don't want to mess with it at all. The D3, do I feel the same way? The D3 does feel a bit shit. Like, I'm happy with the goalkeeper, really happy with the defender, and I guess I'm happy with Sangar. But David and Paulinho are quite punty. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really have much forward options. If this Jovanovic was playing, different story. If I knew Felix was going to be getting minutes, maybe different story. Hard to say. Vargas the same as well. So I think the under 23 D3, could I make that stronger by pulling something apart somewhere else? I think, yeah, I think I could actually. I think I've kind of talked myself into, yeah, I've kind of talked myself into the fact that I think that Saka will have a good game. So I'm quite happy. I would be quite happy to swap a Saka for Renato. I would quite happily do that. Downgrade my Asia team. I think I would do that quite gladly, to be honest. I don't know if Maya's back fit. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy to do that. So I think in the kind of average matches both of them could have, they'll score quite similar. That's under 23 D2 then. I think I can drop the Paulinho and get Renato in here. He's down as a forward, that's fine. So we're going to kick Paulinho out. We'll kick Joe David out as well. It's so annoying that Darwin Núñez isn't really in a team at the moment as well. Like a real football team, not my teams. And then up front, yeah, I think David, the best it's here. Used, is there someone else I can pull from somewhere else that would make this team a lot better? I just think I fancy Cherky over Joe David, to be honest with you. I think I do. I'm doing it. Captain Cherky, Super Rare Renato, Sangar, Kessler, Schubert. I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I think Joe David at D4 level is suitable because, yeah, I'm going to keep that. I was thinking about Ferran Torres or Sharon maybe going up and replacing Sangar, but both of them are good to be subbed, you know, Torres and Yari, so where Sangar will get 90 and something like, yeah, I'm happy with that. And that's a good team still, you know, and Joe David, I think I'm fucking myself over. It's hard, it's so hard, guys, not to second guess yourself, isn't it? But I think no, Cherokee looks much better in that team, and I feel much more confident that, I guess, Angers, you know, Cherokee could get 2 assists. You know, that's not out of the question at this point. I've got Navas here in Strasbourg. Now again, when I see this, I think, oh, should I maybe just put the All Black here? Put All Black here. No, no, I'm going to leave All Black there because I like that team being a kind of bully team, to be honest with you. I really don't want to change this. I'm really happy with it overall. It's the goalkeeper. I'm thinking All Black. What about D4? I don't suspect there will be many All Blacks in the D4. There's probably more Noobles and Trap. But again, I really don't want to mess with that team at all. Newell scoring 6 midweek is a kick in the stones because it's like, oh, did they maybe like drop him? But then I think, well, Monaco don't judge their players on SO5 performances, so like, if he did make one error, but he's been Newell otherwise, then they're probably not going to change him. The Challenger Euro has been downgraded to a bit of a punty team, and considering I've taken the best 2 cards out of it and made my global lineup better, that doesn't bother me at all, because Challenger, as you guys will know who are regulars in the stream, isn't a region that I compete in. Really, I don't try and buy cards for it. I don't try and target it. I literally will just put a team out if I can, and if I do pull something, which does happen on occasion, then it's a bonus. But I'm going to have 2 Austrian cards, believe it or not, and then yeah, we'll see if Horvath gets a game. It really kind of hinges on him, as well as the Austrian players, the players in the Austrian Bundesliga. Of course. My Champion Asia team, Ki Sung Young, is not going to have a team this week. The John Book fixture just writes him off. We're going to have to downgrade this into a D4 Asia. So we're going with Chida, we're going Kim, we're going Rare Arturo, Marcus Jr. is the forward, and I don't think I'm going to gamble on Usami. In terms of, just because they've had lots of fixtures, I think they're rotating stuff, I'll go with Prince Chanatip and I'll captain Osaka. So we'll see what happens in Asia D4. And yeah. That is the teams, guys. I've definitely missed a wee bit of unfortunately the one with not great XP, but I was screwed if someone snapped him up. Oh, you bit the bullet, you got the Bongonda? Oh, the bot. I get you now, Josh. Sorry, that's not bombs. What the fuck he's talking about? Well done. It's a big card to be picking up, Chrissy. Well done, man. Best position to get a first super rare? Good question. The easiest position to get a super rare is probably a defender. Probably the easiest one. A goalkeeper, like, so when I bought Slovic and when I bought Titon, or more so Slovic, buying a shit super rare goalkeeper that plays is about, or was cheaper than like a decent rare goalkeeper, so that kind of made sense. The easiest ones, the cheapest ones to get will be defenders, almost exclusively, without fail. But for me, I think the best ones are forwards, you know, because forwards, like, yeah, we know they don't score every game week, they don't assist every game week, right? But if you're playing in D3, which is where your first super rares will go, the striker that hits and scores 80 points, if he is also a super rare in D3 like that, that is a good elevation to give you, you know. I think most people will see, and you'll see my global D3 this game week, I've doubled up in super rare mids, and that's a good strategy as well. So it depends again kind of on how you stack your team out, and what I mean by that's not the stack per se, like the kind of phrase we've all adopted over the last couple of months, but you know, do you go double midfield, do you go double defence, do you like to double up front? I think that will play a factor in it also. If you can get 2 super rare defenders, I think Roscoe Hendo did this. He got 2 super rare he did. He got 2 super rare defenders and he won Asia D3 with 2 cheap super rare defenders and some good rares around them. So that can be a good place to get you started in super rares, certainly. Totally. Good question, man. Stefan, are you going to play D5? Nah, don't think so, to be honest with you. Like I said earlier in the stream, I might dabble in it, and before, because they said with the progress bar, you can't access that if you're playing D3 and above, and that's kind of coming in with the new scarcity thing. So I think before that kind of hindrance comes into play, I think I might try and play both sides of the fence, but we'll see what happens. What do you think, Quinny? This is Dom. Get him in a lineup, you'll feel better. Who are you talking about, XMK? Who? Oh, you're talking... I forgot you don't know the context, Quinny. I just spent 0.49 on the Teo. You feel sick? Why? Because of the amount of money? Like, don't worry about it, man. Like, if you had the ETH, if you raised the ETH in game, like, and you've... Honestly, I understand the feeling. I kind of feel the same way about the key, because I bought key for 1.6, and it wasn't until the transaction finished that it came in, and I looked at the rate of ETH at that point in time, and I was like, whoa, I don't think I should have done that. So I'm kind of really desperate for key to pay off for me, SO5 wise, because I'm not going to get that on resale. Bongonda you still could, because he has a baller, top end baller. And that's what XMK is talking about, getting in the team. So, Dom, what do you think, Quinny? Should I enter Champion Euro D4 with a full Gladbach stack? Yeah, so you'll have like, Hoffman and Thuram and the likes. It would be a good hedge, Dom, because I'm assuming you're all Bayern in D3, so it could be a good hedge for you, buddy. You'll have Flori and Nee. So who have you got? You've got Niehaus, you've got Thuram, you've got Hoffman, and then who's the defender? Oh, there's been the German card. There was a German card, Gladbach guy, wasn't there? He's good as well. I cannot remember his name. He's a good defender. Actually, I was really close to buying him myself, because I like him. I'm not a big stack, or I know Mark, who never walk alone, likes the word spine. For me, it's pairs. I don't really like to go over a pair. Like, it's really funny, right? I remember really vividly having this chat with Hendo when I got the Hakimi, and I was going for the Goretzka, and I didn't get him. I was saying to him, like, I think the next person in the pecking order from Goretzka would be Brozovic, but I wouldn't buy. This is my words. I wouldn't buy the Brozovic just before the stacking shit became a thing, right? I said I wouldn't buy the Brozovic because I feel I'd have too much exposure to Inter for my super rares. And I still really stand by that. That was my kind of gut, and I'm not really all for that. Now, I do have a bunch of, like, I'm looking at this America team that I see Medina. I've got Medina and Acevedo, and it's super rares for New York. And then for LA, I've got like 5 super rares. So it's a wee bit contradictory, but those are like teams that I've just been following a lot, managed to get their cards at good prices in my opinion and whatever. And I don't really deliberately set out. As you can see, Efra Alvarez isn't near another LA card. Same with Grand Seer, Cabral, Leggett, they're all in different teams, So I'm not really a big stacking guy, Dom. But if you think Gladbach could beat Bayern, I don't know how Bayern with Nagelsmann and it'll be an interesting match. But again, depending on how the stack is built and what you're aiming for, clean sheets and all the rest of it maybe don't mean the be all and end all for you. A big purchase earlier. Gravenberch feels a bit crazy given the timing, but looking at my Ajax stack against NAC, it made all the better. Gravenberch is always about a coin now, even when ETH was lower. So if anybody picking him up before, that could still been a good buy. The gamble lineup should be out before the game week opens. That is interesting, which means we might know what Sammy's up to. So Charlie Dix, thank you very much for that. I will keep that in mind. Thank you, Charlie. Don't know if I should go full Gamba based on all the start. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't if you could. Like in one of the team, in one of your deployments, just go for it, man. A man says cheers to the advice. I can't remember what I said, man, but no problem. Is Lodero worth starting this week? Scored the free kick, didn't he? I don't know how they're going to manage him back into the team. They need him. Ginter, you're right. And you get Scally as well. Scally's in line to play, isn't he? I think he made his debut the other day. Ginter. Ginter's who I was thinking of, yeah. Ginter, Niehaus, Thuram, and his Scally. I forgot about Scally, Dom. You Scally little card picker upper. But yeah, that's a decent stack, man. I think are they all U23? Except for Nooble, obviously. But that could be a good U23 D4, by the way. If Ginter is U23, I'm not sure if he is. I know Niehaus is. I'm pretty sure Thuram still is. And I'm very confident Scally is. Bayern had a horrible prep. Pavard and Hernandez injured. So Sula on right back. Nianzou centre back defence might have trouble. Davies is up. Oh wow, interesting, Dom. Well, Dom, that's the kind of info that wins tournaments. It really is, you know. So I would be, you know, you've got that feeling. You've thought about that stack. You're even posing it to me as a hypothetical. I would get that team in somewhere, Dom. Whether it is a global D4, like I said, it might be a U23s team. You know that if Ginter is. And even you take Ginter out in case Bayern do score 2 or 3 goals, you don't want the defensive part of that. Even if you take the attacking guys, it could cause them problems. You know, draw a penalty, get an assist, all that kind of stuff. It could be a really strong kind of arrowhead of a U23 team. Yeah, Scally's in the predicted lineup. Bottom last year, brilliant. Good on you, Dom. So this is probably the last team that I'm iffy about, and it is really on the Medina because I don't know what minutes he's going to get, but I don't have much else to swap him out for. So I'm going to have to kind of just roll with that. And again, the rest of the cards, I don't feel like I'm really burning anything if Medina does flop, because that's the real... that's the painful part of SO5. You've built a shit-hot team, you get 1 DNP, and do you know what else happens? The other 4 guys catch fire, and we haven't seen it for a fair bit now. What I'm... Right guys, I hope you're still with me. I hope you're still with me. I'm waiting for this to load up. Sorry guys, I've got a feeling my internet just played a wee bit of a dick move on me. I may have lost the stream. If I have, gutted. Ay caramba. No rubies either, man. Ginter's 27. Oh, there we go. I think we're coming back to life. Ginter's 27. Okay, well, I wasn't too far off with. I know what you mean. R&E, Honours, back. Okay, cool. See, we're all back. I'm watching my little take on it. Doesn't look like it's that great, but hopefully by the time you catch up to where I am now, everything's all hunky dory. Now, what I was actually just toying with there, just as we cut out, is that maybe just bin my Champion America D4 and throw in all my punty super rares and then like a D2. So Titan's not got a game, Hassel won't be playing, so I would need to put in the Turner. So let's say I put Turner in here. I've got Annie Baba, I've got Hernandez, and let's play Annie Baba. Right, at home at Washington has been playing. He has a prize, I'm trying to sell him, so another little score in the meantime could do well. And then in midfield, Acevedo could play. And then that Vargas is Vargas is so unlikely to get minutes. It makes this really makes it a real waste of the Turner, doesn't it? And then who else would I have? Let's have another midfielder probably, don't I? Amaya, Hernandez. Yeah, that's pointless exercise. Sorry, guys. Listen, but the quality of the stream kind of dipping and whatnot, guys. I see we've lost some views as well. So thanks very much for bearing with me through the stream tonight, guys. I hope you have a great game week. Honestly, I'm struggling to contain myself. I really am. But it's going to be a massive one. We've got how many teams out in the end? So we've got 3 in All-Star, 3 in U23, 2 in Champion Europe, 1 in Challenger, 2 in Champion America, and 1 in Champion Asia, which gives us 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 teams still to rock out this game week. Wish me luck. I hope you guys do well as well. I hope you come, every single one of you come half a point behind me. That would be great. Watch out, guys. There's plenty more stuff coming out. Check on Twitter and all the social media places. It'll be everywhere. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out. Oh, there we go. Stay out of trouble, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.
It's the power.